Hi there. So basically my winch broke because I used an impact driver on the original winch for this van, which is a Renault Master Mark III 2014. So basically my spare wheel has been sat on my wheel arch for about 3 months because I've been not willing to spend 160 quid on a new winch. So what I've done is I've bought this Ford Transit winch for 40 quid, quarter the price, and how it works is a lot more simple than the Renault one, probably better engineering. So this sits into the wheel underneath like this, and it bolts in, and then this winch locks it in, which is a lot more simpler than the one that's on there at the moment. So what I'm going to try and do is find somewhere underneath the van where this will sit, and what happens is it sits like this, and then you, instead of winching it from here somewhere, you winch it from the floor of the van inside, and then that just locks it in. So this connects to this wire here, a bit like a push bike brake here, and then yeah, that when that's locked in, it just holds it in. So I'm going to give that a go, and I will update with my progress, because if this works, it's genius really, because I need the room in my, every bit of room in my van I need, you know, and you probably do as well. So let's see how it goes. I'm obviously gonna have to drill a hole through the floor, and I'm gonna have to find a viable mounting point, which is allowing enough space for the wheel to go as well. But I'm gonna try and gauge it off the one that was there already, because yeah, and see how it works. But fortunately, obviously this bit doesn't need bolting into the van, it just this bit. So yeah, I'll let you know how it goes. Nice one. Okay, so I'm just updating some progress. So this is apart from the bottom of the van that holds the wheel on. So what I've done, I've worked out that this part on here will need to fit on the old bracket, but this tube is getting in the way, and that's where the drawstring cable goes through. So I've cut that, pulled that through, and I've cut this off so that the new winch from the Ford Transit will go, that's the plan, maybe with a cable tie like this, and then that will pull the wheel, lock it in underneath the van. This is what I'm hoping for anyway, so I'll update with my progress with that. I've decided to sacrifice this old one a bit because it's fucked. So just a quick video, my phone ran out of battery earlier. So basically I fitted the winch mechanism underneath on the side here. I used the old top side of the wheel holder. I cut off the old one, and then this is obviously the new one here. Holds it in pretty sturdy. I drilled a hole through the floor. I drilled 4 bolt holes all round to bolt them in. I've used screws as well because I drilled 2 of the holes too deep for the for these self-driving bolts to work. All these self-driving self-tappers. So yeah, if you look at it from this side, from the top, took me a bit to work out, but obviously this hole could have been better, to be honest, but I misjudged where I was countersinking that. So obviously I've got these 2 screws that have come through to cut off with the angle grinder or with the saw. That's not a problem. So yeah, that's basically, so instead of using this hole here, I'm now going to be using this, I don't know, what's that, a 1/2 inch socket, and you just put that in the hole. I've never owned a tranny, but if you have, you'll probably be familiar with this. So I've now got a Renault Master with a Ford Transit winch, and it only cost me 40 quid, and it works. Just don't use a impact driver on it, because it will fuck it. So this works really well using the old system from the original winch. So yeah, what I did was I cut off the cables, threaded the new one through, and I found that the winch mechanism for me, or for the long wheelbase Renault Master, at the near side left hand corner was the best place to mount the new bracket. That gave it enough distance so that there weren't too much slack in the cable. You might want to add like some pulley and some grease to the wire so it runs a bit smoother, but this won't be used every day. So if you're looking for a quick fix or an easier solution, this is great. So or a cheaper solution. So yeah, it was on eBay. I'll try and put the link in the bio. Please subscribe to my channel and like this video. Thank you.